talk Utah Jazz basketball on the Monty Show. Are the Utah Jazz tanking? Excuse me. Sorry, frog in my throat. Jazz and Suns tonight. I even hate bringing it up.
You're a douche.
Are the Utah Jazz tanking tonight? They're +7, 234 to the Phoenix Suns. Lauri Markkanen is questionable tonight.
Oh, is he?
Clarkson, Sexton, and Gay are all out.
Oh, okay.
So I'll simply ask, is Damian Lillard an option for the
Can Dame time come to Salt Lake?
But isn't this where we are with the Utah Jazz? I think it is. And one of the things I think is so interesting about this Jazz team is that when you look at the situation with the Jazz, I think one of the things that stands out so clearly to me is they've handled this season masterfully. And you have, 2.5 weeks to go? I don't have any problem with this team holding Lauri Markkanen out. The fall he took the other night was terrifying.
Right.
Honestly.
Right.
Jordan Clarkson's not going to be here, and Colin Sexton isn't of consequence. I think what we're seeing out of Walker Kessler becoming this elite rim runner, I think this is far more important. And I think when I look at Walker Kessler and I look at the contribution he's made, I think Walker Kessler's a guy you've got to put all of your development time and effort into, because I look at a 30-point double-double, I believe it was, 30 and 14 out of Walker the other night. That's spectacular.
Yeah.
And he did that without those guys in the lineup. And watching Walker Kessler and Ochai Agbaji develop into this phenomenal 1-2 punch, I think that's what the Jazz need to develop. You need to grow their ability together. Are you going to play them in summer ball? I have no idea. I would play Ochai Agbaji every minute that you can get him.
Yeah. I think that Walker Kessler's earned his way out of Summer League, in my opinion. I don't know that I'd run him out for Summer League. I think that he has shown you what he's capable of. I mean, again, 31 and 11, in 34 minutes, 14 to 16 from the field. Like, he's showing you that he can dominate. And I think, the big thing for me, the only reason I would run him out in Summer League is to work on the three. That would be the only reason I'd run him out there. I would literally tell him, hey, this is your purpose this summer, is to get stronger. Because, again, my big thing with Walker is the dude needs to just lift weights. You need to get stronger. You need to get more physically imposing without losing your athletic, ability and prowess, if you will. I don't want him to bulk up, but I just need him to be able to bang a little bit on the block. And I think that, when I look at a box score that has him playing, again, 34 minutes and having 31 and 11, what more could you ask for? I think the only other thing would be screen setting. I think he's a little weak in that area. I think he leaves the screen a little bit too soon. I think he likes to roll up on the defender, and then he's just not comfortable with it yet. So they need to develop him in a couple areas, but I would be fine either way, honestly. If you don't want to run him in Summer League, I think he's earned his way out of Summer League. At the same time, though, I think it's crucial for this team's championship aspirations that Walker Kessler develops a three-point shot, because we know he has it in the bag a little bit, but he needs game speed reps. And for me, I think if you ran him out, 15 minutes a game in the Summer League, take 5 threes a game when we give you 15 minutes and let's see what happens. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the last thing you need is for him to pick up an injury in Summer League. So it's kind of this give and take. And I also think the thing you got to consider is 3 first-round picks in this year's draft as it's, as the situation develops on a nightly basis. With that being the case, that those guys are obviously going to be in Summer League. So to me, I just look at Walker Kessler and I'm circling him with a red Sharpie on my roster board. If I'm, Danny Ainge and, Justin Zanuck and Will Hardy, I'm circling him and I'm saying, hey, that's a building block all day long. No doubt about it. Lauri, for me, Lauri's going to be someone that other teams are going to ask about. They're not going to trade Lauri, but he's definitely someone that I'd be calling the Jazz about. So that's a little different. He's not like a homegrown guy. You traded for him. He's secure right now. And tell me if I'm being a jackass once again, but if someone called with the right offer or the right price, that's somebody that I could see. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they want to trade him, but you kind of see the difference between Lauri and Walker. Walker's a guy you drafted. He's in your system. You're developing him. So there's a difference.
Yeah. By the way, Jake, you're going to have to pull it out.
Okay.
because Taco and Tex, a new member of the show.
Yeah, we talking carne asada or
Let's
chicken?
go. Let's go. Welcome to the show. By the way, thank you, McKenna Tech Dan. He's donated
Attaboy,
5
Dan.
more memberships.
Let's go,
Let's
Dan.
go.
Who's picking up the memberships?
Let's go. Love it. Everybody gets excited. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up. That really helps the channel grow. Taco and Tech, welcome to the channel. Kurt Meyer says, pull it out, Jake.
Yeah.
Tanner Plummer says, let's go. Ooh, Tanner, 4-0 to St. Louis.
It's embarrassing, dude.
Al Salt Lake, come on.
Dude, it's embarrassing.
Kurt Meyer says, Dan, you're the man. The Kingston Bunch says, let's go, Dan.
Yeah.
You know, I think it again, you guys, the community we've grown, if you want to become a member, there's the link, or you can pick up one of Dan's free memberships. We always appreciate the folks that give away memberships. Thank you for that. Always appreciate that. But
yeah.
I think with the Jazz, I just don't believe it matters. I'm sure they are doing everything they could do to make sure their guys are as close to 100% before they return to the court as possible. Cannot risk injury. These guys have long careers ahead.
I think that's HIPAA.
He had a headache. You have a headache? Okay, non-COVID injury. Okay. Non-COVID illness, right? Like, that's what we get. And do you have a problem with that? I mean, for your season ticket holders, I'm sure they're not thrilled about it.
I mean, what do you have here? I mean, let's see. You've got.
You don't have a whole lot to run out there.
You don't have a whole lot left as far as the schedule is concerned. I mean, again, like if you look at the standings, I mean, they're 9th in overall in the league.
Yes.
When you look at the entire league, you're 9th from the bottom, which is a nice spot to be. And what's funny, this situation in Dallas, because Dallas is 10th worst in the league.
Oh.
Dallas is just, I don't know how you explain what's happening in Dallas other than it just hasn't worked out. And I agree for once, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree with the people saying it's not all on Kyrie. I think there's a good bit on Kyrie, but it's not all on Kyrie.
No, this thing with Luka is ridiculous.
What did you think about the fans booing?
I don't know.
Did you think it was deserved?
You guys put him in the spot here, but probably, yeah, this season hasn't been what we think it was going to be. But, we still got time to make up.
But you got to answer the question. This has always been my problem with Luka Doncic. He won't answer the question. He loves being in front of the media when he hits a game-winning shot or plays well and they win. But then times get tough. Oh, you guys are putting me in a spot here. And they played so poorly, the fans booed them off the floor. When Kyrie was asked the same question, did he dodge it?
You think when you hear the fans booing, you're down 18 in the third quarter?
So what? Just the way I feel about it. I've been in New York City, so I know what that's like. You obviously want to play well, but it's only 5 people on the court that can play for the Dallas Mavericks. If the fans want to change places, then hey, be my guest. Got years of work ahead of you to be great enough to be on this level. But that our focus isn't necessarily on the boos. It should be on our performance and just being there for each other. Boos are just part of it.
I can't even believe I'm going to say it out loud, but I don't like Kyrie Irving in any way, shape, or form. I mean, America's favorite anti-Semite,
dude,
got it right. I don't care.
douche.
I played in New York. I get it. Luka Doncic has probably not been booed much at home in his entire life.
Yeah,
and
including in Europe.
He's not mentally tough. He's not a winner. And he's not faced much adversity in his basketball career.
Yeah.
And he wants to say he's got off-court stuff. He very well may. Part of being a professional is dealing with things off the court that impact your game. That's just the reality of it.
Yes.
Right? Like, what would you say to anybody on the Jazz if it were, well, hey, you're losing games and the fans are booing? Is he going to say, well, my mom's sick? No, you're going to say, well, because we're not very good.
Well, remember what Will Hardy said. I mean, it's the famous quote, right? Like, You just have to like snap out of it. You just have to like what I believe Will Hardy said at one point this season. When there's more jerseys in front of you that are the other team, you should probably pass the ball. I mean, we literally talked about whether that was going too far or if that was proper. And I think, it's that kind of answer that I think is proper. And I think Kyrie is a douche. I think he's self-serving. I think the guy is incredibly selfish, but in this instance, I think he got it right. And
I do think he got it right.
Like, I think Dallas needs a little bit more of this. Like, I've always maintained that Luka is soft and for everything that Devin Booker is not in the series against them and losing by 50 and all the mistakes.
I think when you hear the fans booing, you're down 18.
I feel good about saying that Devin Booker is mentally tough enough to get to the NBA Finals.
I would agree with that. And it's just, this is the problem with Kyrie. Kyrie is good. He's not going to make your team win. He's not. And Luka is incredibly selfish. He is not enjoyable to play with. And guys struggle to integrate with him, whether it's Kristaps Porzingis or, any number of guys who have left there.
Hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to cut in. We have a Mrs. Monty appearance in the chat right now, apparently.
Yeah, she says, "Where's my music?" What do you mean, where's your music?
Has she become a member?
I don't know. Like, where is she? Is a member. Mrs. Monty joined the.
She has hijacked the show, bro.
How did you join? Like, what the?
Oh, did she pick up one of Dan's memberships?
Yes, she was gifted a membership by McKenna Tech Dan.
Can't explain it, bro.
You cannot make this stuff up if you wanted
to.
Thank you, Dan. Greg Romano.
Let's go, Greg.
Gifted a membership by McKenna Tech Dan, and Dan's memberships are all gone because Schrader picked up a membership.
Let's go.
How on earth are you picking up a... She said thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Kurt Myers again says, pull it out.
We really did.
And McKenna Tech Dan, comment dump. Hang on, Kurt, pull what out? I'm late to the party. Do we really? It's beyond explanation. You'll pick it up as we go along.
Yeah.
Tom says the way you two talk about Luka is how all the Jordan haters talk about Jordan, but Jordan won.
Yeah, by the way,
and Jordan never quit.
Hey, Jordan's 6-0 in the finals. Hey, Jordan's got 2 3-peats. Hey,
that's all I'm saying.
Jordan's an absolute savage. Luka's not. Okay, so thanks. Have a nice day.
That's all I'm saying. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, hit the like button. That really helps the channel grow. Lopes fan Gabe. I'd rather Jake not pull it out for his mom. Thanks.
Whoever came up with that shit need to be fired.
Yeah, you did just kind of pull it out.
I just work here. I mean, I don't know.
I just do what I'm told.
Yeah, I mean,
I do what I'm told. Yeah. Mike M says Luka isn't Jordan. That ultimately is the issue here.
Yeah, dude.
I think, again, it's fandom. And I understand fandom. I totally understand fandom. I get it. Luka is not any... Is he special? Yes. Is he a spectacular offensive player? Yes, he is. Does he deserve respect? On a certain level. But the tantrums, this is where the tantrums, the throwing the water bottle, the yelling at the official, the diving on the floor, all of that stuff, that's where this comes back to get him.
Well, and I think what's interesting about Luka's situation is if we look ahead and speculate, which we all love to do, I know.
What?
The Kyrie Irving trade essentially gutted Dallas, right? Like, you give up Dorian Finney-Smith, you give up Dinwiddie, some draft compensation. Like, you're essentially giving up perimeter defense.
You are.
You're not bolstering your interior defense at all. And Kyrie Irving is going to be a free agent. So if you're Luka, are you not just playing out the string now? Are you just not completely unmotivated?
You are. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But this also goes to the Embiid Jokic thing tonight.
This is upsetting for sure.
The Sixers are in Denver. Jokic versus Embiid, the MVP race. Joel Embiid will not play tonight.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to say it other than he is dodging Jokic. I don't know how else I don't know how should you describe that. He is dodging Nikola Jokic.
Which I really don't understand.
But I think he does it often. And I think Denver's an incredibly difficult place to play.
Right.
I think they're on a road trip that's been incredibly difficult. And I think that you are coming down to the home stretch. I don't think they care necessarily if they win or lose in Denver. And I think this is probably... there's no other way to say it than he would have to work hard to guard Nikola Jokic. And I think he doesn't want to do that. And actually, from a tactical standpoint, I don't think it's the end of the world. I'm not saying that I like the idea, because I think if you're Joel Embiid, you should play every game. You're the MVP of the NBA.
Yeah.
But I understand it. Because beating Denver on March 27th is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. We talk about this on the show all the time.
Right.
What wins really matter? Joel Embiid beating Jokic in June is far more important than Joel Embiid beating Jokic in March.
Yeah.
That's the part that I think we don't love, but I understand it. Now, the Jazz sitting Markkanen, okay. I'm not going to use the T word here. I'm not doing it.
Cleveland's 2 games behind you in the standings. Other than that, you're safe. You're fine.